What is up, my friends? Today we're going to be talking about a little bit of implied metric modulation. It has to do with polyrhythms, it has to do with beat permutation, it has to do with beat displacement, but we're implying a new time. But first, I want to get the question of a lesson in, and that is, what lesson or what topic would you like to see a lesson on here on YouTube? I put out what I think you guys would want to see, but I want to know, what would you like to see a lesson on? Put it in the comment section below, and maybe, just maybe, I'll do one on it. Now, you might be asking, Stephen, why did you title this, How to Impress Your Girlfriend on the Drums, right? Because implied metric modulation is one of those things that we as drummers, we're like, this is super impressive. What I'm doing right now is awesome. It is. Is anybody seeing what I'm doing? Like, this is one of those things where we're like doing it. But when you see like Gavin Harrison do this, you never see him like, hey, you see what I'm doing? Like a light comes down where you see what I'm doing? But we think this is impressive for some reason. So even now, still to this day, I'll be playing a gig. My wife will be there. I'll be playing along. I'm not. And the thought goes through my head, this is going to blow her out of the water. Watch this. And then I'll do something. And then I'm like, I look over and she's like, I'm like tossing her hair. She's, talking to a friend. She had no clue that I just did something really cool on the drums, right? So this is one of those things that we think is super impressive. So that's why I titled it, How to Impress Your Girlfriend. She's not impressed at all. Afterwards, I'll be like, hey, hun, did you see, did you hear when I did this? She's like, oh yeah, that was good. That was great. Where are we going to eat? I'm like, oh, come on, man, this is totally how I snagged you. I'm impressive too. Tier. All right, so let's get to implied metric modulation. Okay, it's essentially what it sounds like. It's what the name is referring to. We're implying a new time by putting the weight of the beat on different subdivisions. Okay, and the simple one we're going to do today, and you've probably seen lessons on this before, but it's one of the easiest ones for you to start with. We're going to do a little bit of a different twist on it, though. We're going to use the dotted eighth note. Okay, so if you have your time right here, and I'll get my hi-hat going. If you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and goom jack, goom goom jack. Well, what happens if we make the new time the dotted eighth note? So that means that every 3 beats or every 3 bars, it's going to cycle around, okay? So if this 1 and 2 and 3, and here it goes. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1 and 2. So we've never left that same time. All we've done is put the emphasis on different beats. Now, what happens if I'm going to play eighth notes here? What happens if we put the heaviness, or we accent a certain part of the beat? That takes the implied metric modulation, it takes it even a little bit deeper. So I'm going to do that real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So if we're here, 1 and 2, and here we go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1 and 2 and 3. Again, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. So you see how I'm accenting every other one? So what that does is simulate. You can take a beat and simulate it, okay? So for instance, we do this simple beat, kick on 1 and kick on the 3 and the and of 3, snare on 2 and 4. This groove can sound a lot cooler if we take it and we imply a new time and use those new subdivisions to imply said time, but we play the exact notes in the exact sequence that we would have in the other one. So it infers that we've slowed down when really we have not slowed down at all. So let me show you kind of what that's going to sound like. Now, what did you notice that I was doing with my hi-hat? I took my hi-hat and I kept it on eighth notes. Now, what that is that's called an anchor. So if we're sitting here implying a new time, this is our anchor for everybody else in the band. Now, if you want to fully imply that new time, you would also move the hi-hat to that, and I'll demonstrate that in just a second. I've got a couple of other lessons up on this same type of topic that you guys kind of liked, and so that's why I'm doing another one. Speaking of that, if you've been looking at joining the live lessons or looking into the vault, and I don't think you guys understand that in the vault there's over 250 half-hour lessons for you to check out, right? Now this week I took 40 of my most popular YouTube lessons and I put them in the vault as well, and I put sheet music with them. So like Roxanne breakdown, implied permutation, drum and bass, all the reggae stuff, all of that has sheet music to it now on the website, and you get that included whenever you sign up for the live lesson. So it's not really just about like meeting with me live, it's about that vault and how much content is in there. And I just redid that whole thing, so it's super easy. You looking for world rhythms? Click on world rhythms. You looking for the huapango? Click on the huapango. Guess up, there's a whole page with lessons on the huapango with sheet music, and the sheet music's located with the video. So I've spent the whole week kind of revamping how that's done, and I'm pretty excited. I realized in the middle of it, I know I'm in the middle of the lesson, but I realized in the middle of it, like, what am I doing with this website? And I realized I'm just making the website I wanted when I was a kid. If I could have had a teacher say, hey, I've got 82 lessons on world rhythms, and you can go in there and click that, it's got sheet music with all, I would have been like, heck yes, that sounds awesome. But alas, the internet it wasn't around whenever I first really started playing. It was around, but it really wasn't anything worth what it is now. So you guys have that available to you. So anyway, check that out if you want to. There's a free trial, so there's no harm in just getting in there and seeing if you like it. Plus, you get the sheet music, to downloadable sheet music to a lot of the videos that I've done up here. All right, so if we're going to imply this, I got off on a tangent there. If we're going to imply this and really impress our girlfriends, we really need to go completely there, okay? We need to imply the whole time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to imply this time, but I'm going to switch my hi-hat with me, so there's no longer going to be an anchor that's kind of anchoring the whole band. This hi-hat's going to go with me, all right? So just by making that small adjustment, we have fully implied or fully taken ourselves to that new groove and committed to it, so that we don't have anything that's babysitting the bass player, the guitar player, or whatever. But there's two ways to do it. You can do it this way where it kind of keeps the time, or you can actually take your hi-hat with you and fully kind of imply that new time. So that's it, kind of a basic entry into implying a new time or implied metric modulation. When you hear that word, that's all that means. You're applying another time signature, that you've slowed it down or that you've sped it up. There's 1,000,001 different ways to do this, and I'm going to do a couple more lessons on this very topic just so we can kind of cover it just a little bit more. Again, all those YouTube videos have been put in the vault. If you guys feel like checking that out, please do. Sign up for the free email lesson that I put out every week. That's why I put it out, is for you guys. And otherwise, just get involved. Also, new Facebook page. Facebook disabled me. No clue why. So anybody that was a friend of mine on Facebook, please add me back. I've made another profile. If you want to kind of keep up with what I'm doing, add me back. I'll put the link in the comment section, as well as the link for the free lesson sign up, as well as the link for the 7-day free trial, so you guys can check out all the sheet music that goes with a ton of the YouTube lessons. So hopefully this has helped. I'll see you guys soon.